48% of merchants said they're asking for easier API integrations into their applications. So integrations, as we all know, is a challenge for merchants. But do the APIs solve this, all these issues? Are they helping us get to this future state? Are we living in a microservices world, an API world, where this will be all solved? These experiences moving fast will be solved by APIs.
I'll jump in and be maybe a little provocative. Absolutely not. APIs, put a little API on that. I have business conversations with, I'll say they're not clients, I'll say they're other people, but anyways, where they just say, oh, well, I have an API, or you have an API, or somebody has an API, and the word API is almost a word instead of a set of letters, and it, in their minds, means something very particular, which actually is not true. It's at best an approach to an interface. It's like saying you have a web page or something. And I think that's a reasonable analogy. The way people use the word API and what they are thinking when they're not technologists or they're not super familiar with it is, I think, very similar to the late 90s with the web and internet and things like that. So in the same way, we saw some concentration. People don't really think in terms of writing their own HTTP server anymore. They really don't handwrite HTML code anymore. There's a set of tools, there's a set of services, there's a whole bunch of things that have evolved from 1996 when it sort of started to explode on the scene, and then, of course, we all know what happened. I think there's a similar sense in which we really are, like, on a weekly basis, talking to people that have 40 and 50-year-old pieces of software running on mainframes and things that predate mainframes. They're extraordinary, and they're very performant. So as we make this transition, I think a lot of things have to change. There's almost like a ground up sort of approach. And the future looks very much like, I think, that evolution that the internet went through and how people think about that. And they're a little less concerned about how to write HTML code anymore. And they are a lot more concerned about engagement, which is a real business issue. And I think in payments, it'll be similar. I'm less focused on connectors and integrations because there are people out there in the wide world that know how to do that probably better than they do. And they start worrying about, oh, I need a new business model for recurring payments. I've got some cross-border interactions, and I need to redefine my entire payments business in a new way. And to me, getting to the point where those are relevant means you just sort of blew everything up, started again, and did it in a more modern way.